this looks fancy.
It's like, as I'm trying to explain to you, it's one of the more comfortable, like higher standard types of buildings. I mean, it's not like the other, like the district you came from. It looked super fancy. This looks solid.
We should have official clothes.
This is the difference between noble and, you know, the wealthy bourgeois.
Can I try to open the door?
By pressing your face against the door, usually you would have.
Does it say open on the door?
Just press it and enter.
Yes.
Can I enter then? Press it and enter.
You put your hand on the door. You press down on it. The door opens. A little bell starts ringing the moment you open the door.
I come in and say, good afternoon, lady.
Good evening.
A very male voice goes like, yes, good afternoon to you too, sir.
Do you have any male cloth costumes, official ones, about my size?
Costumes? You mean like for festivities, or do you mean like for everyday use? What is your fancy, sir?
What do people usually wear in the on the festivals here?
I would say that depends on the person, their stand in society, their financial well-being. Sometimes tends to dress up fancy to maybe score the favors of the local burgomaster. Others think the affair is a bit of a, I suppose you could say, drag, so they treat it like a common everyday thing. I don't know what category you fall in under, sir.
We would definitely want to catch the eye of the burgomaster.
We do?
In a good way.
Yes, of course, in a good way.
I suppose not looking like. I'm sorry for the wording here, sir. Well, sirs, not looking like you have come off. Well, I don't know where you've been trekking, but is that blood on your breastplate, sir?
Yeah, it might just be.
Where?
Yeah.
We did a prestidigitation and everything was gone when we entered.
Oh, yeah, you did after the cave system, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that before or after he got lightning bolted, though?
Before.
It was before, yes.
Exactly. Is that blood on your breastplate, though, sir?
Yes, it might just be.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't call myself nobility or anything of the sorts, but as you probably understand, owning one's business tends to give us three a fairly modest financial situation. So my recommendation is to catch the eye of a noble is to perhaps dress and behave as a noble and catch their attention somehow.
During the talk, I also do a prestidigitation to remove any marks from menace, blood, whatever it is.
For the record, Lucian, you take the hat. It doesn't really have a mirror in this room. You do see On this door, it says like dressing room.
Okay, this is not a mirror then. It's some kind of a door.
Slit door, yeah.
Okay, sorry about it. Okay, sorry about it. Could I try this hat on? And I open this door.
Sure, help yourself into the dressing room, sir. As for you other gentlemen, is there anything in particular you two would fancy?
How much for a suit for my size?
A formal suit tailor-made for your specifics?
Yes.
Well, sir, that would that include specifically, for instance, new shoes?
Well, what can I say? Dress me up head to toe, make me look like another man.
Like a noble.
Yes.
If you could kindly stand on the middle of the floor there, sir, and kind of point to like this area. He rings a bell. Ding 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 ding. The door that Lucian was like lounging about on the right side of the room opens up, and first a man heads out, and then a bit later a woman comes out. As some Lucian and Manus can roll perception checks on this point, I think.
Perception, where it is?
All of you are fairly able to see what seems to be some form of a family resemblance between the three of them. They kind of swarm Azam. All of them seems to be like taking some bands, starting to measuring basically every single detail from the length of the foot to the broadness of the shoulders, the height, all the type of the various measurements one would need to tailor make something to specification.
I asked the asked the guy. By the way, my name is Assam. How can I call it?
That depends. One of them, the first person you talk to calls himself Alec. The female calls herself Alana, and then the red-headed guy calls himself Andre. We are the Alastroy twin, the siblings.
Alice Troyd.
Alastroy.
What was the last, the redhead?
Andre.
Andre. Or to make it extremely simplistical for you, I assume.
I got them down in my notes.
Okay, thank you.
Suddenly the sign above the shop kind of makes sense. They were called. The shop was called the Alastroy Clothiers.
Nice.
You notice them all take measurements, and each and every one of them starts taking at least the blonde woman and the red-headed man starts taking notes for themselves. The other one seems to be giving out information to the two of them as he's measuring, and he's asking you some general questions of what type of fabric do you want, what type of standard, what type of how quickly do you want the outfit, the detail work on it, and the like.
For the fabric, I asked what's used nowadays. because it's been a while since you were around nice clothes and everything. You spent the last part of, well, the better part of the last year in forest and such, so you lost track.
I mean, uh, do not take this as an insult, sir, but I'm fairly sure that it would be possible to dress you up in burlap sacks if that was necessary to create some form of a suit, if that was what you wanted. In this store, we tend to do our most of our work with woolen cloth. We have linen. We tend to do some silver work. We have embroidered types of silver and gold lattices into different types of fabrics. Um, when necessary and on request, for instance, for winter outfit for cold areas, we tend to make winter gear especially lined with fur and hides. Not necessarily for physical protection, but mostly to keep you warm in uh, warmer areas.
Something like something finer, not burlap sack, like around silk or something.
So you want the top of the line type of quality as we tend to make for instance, noble females? Would you want the entire outfit in silk or just a shirt as is more appropriate for men?
Make sure you cut him a dress as well.
Just the shirt. Shut up, please.
Would you want the shirt? How long would you want the dress? Would you want it ankle length to your?
I don't want a dress, and
Do you want more of the
don't mind,
scandalous cuts that is more common for the younger ladies these days?
don't mind my companion. She's joking. I don't want a skirt. I just want a formal attire, and I describe what I wore when we were at the Lord.
At the dinner.
Yes, at the dinner.
Um,
That's what I want. So I describe that and those materials, which I completely forgot what they were now.
that seems to be a bit of a complicated order, sir. Certainly, this would be something that would require quite a bit of. This is with the boots, I hear.
Yes.
All right. Well, we would have to ask around if, for instance, we have. I guess we could do that, and we could get fresh leather by having some of those butchered, I suppose. And how quickly do you want the outfit, sir?
Could it be ready till the next
Festival?
Within a week? I'm sorry, sir. This is the Alec, the first guy that was there. I am forced to spend some time creating banners for the festival, so the actual
Okay, in that case,
fabrical weaving is something that would take me some time. This would be more of a 2 or 3 week request for something as extravagant as this, and judging by um, the detail work you describe, I can quickly see this. Depending on whether you want it absolutely exquisite or whether or not you want the looks fancy but is actually a bit cheap, I suppose you would have to expect to pay a couple of 100 pieces of gold for at least for a proper nobleman's outfit with the detail work, the different types of cloth, the golden embroideries, and such.
okay, what can you do for all of us till the festival? Something not burlap.
Perhaps you would want. Well, we do have pre-made clothes that will not be tailor-made, of course, but they will roughly suit your sizes for.
So you can't adjust the clothes you already have made to fit us?
If they are too small, then no, that would look.
Obviously not, but if they're on our size, can you just can't you tailor adjust them and to perfectly fit us?
It is a bit difficult to estimate your body size under that armor, sir. That is, I don't measure through armor.
Oh, of course, I'm not. I was just asking in a way to make ourselves of our plans because we do need clothing for the festival.
We could give you basic. What type of? Do you want to look like you are? Now, what level of wealth do you want to come off as? Is the better question here. In terms of the super exquisite, expensive suits, as your friend here describes, these are these have all the hallmarks of a nobleman's or noblewoman's specific request. We do not create these without accurate measurements, I'm afraid.
Out of character question. Who is exactly I'm talking to? This guy here?
Yes, the one that was behind the store when you came in.
I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "My friend, look at us. Do you really think we care how we look to the outside? We do want clothes that fit us, that are comfortable, and that are exquisite, but we could not care any less if people think we're rich or poor. We make our fortune by traveling the roads and being swords for hire most of the time."
With one finger, he just like politely brush off the hand you put on him and says, "While sir, I appreciate your life being lived its fullest. I am sure. Our store prides itself as the premier clothing shop within all of the valley, and as such, we have a standard to maintain. Our outfits are, as a whole, um, our, well, I guess you could call it our trademark. It is the entire essence of what we are and what our family name stands for. Uh, to carry clothing of the Alastroid siblings is often considered important in itself. We make the most solid clothing, we make the most impressive clothing. It is solid handiwork, it is based on techniques passed on through generations, uh, modified and improved upon from every single generation, dating back several hundreds of years. When
We
I say we have outfits that will fit you, we do have outfits. We do not have the burlap variety because we do not to offend anyone of the lower classes. We do not tend to cater to the poorer people around. But for travelers, well, there's a difference between being a traveler on a caravan and the owner of the caravan. There's a difference between the owner of the caravan and the owner of the company trading. There's a difference between a trading company owner and a noble. There's a difference between a noble and the lord. So I'm asking simplistically, what level of wealth do you want to come off as?
and I am responding to you that care a lot more about function over form due to our trade that we usually take on to make our wealth.
We have absolutely nothing.
We would rather have an expensive cloth made by such a skilled tradesman like you, which looks good but is also comfortable and does not impede the fighting process.
We do not have such things. We are not armorers, we are not smiths, we are simply clothiers. That is why the sign outside says clothiers. If you want to dress out of your armor, remove your weaponry, and dress yourself in the finest of clothes, that is where we come in.
Out of
I
character. That's
But
what I'm trying to say, Yuan. Please, help me out over here. Give me a bone.
I mean, you're talking about
you're
partnering
an
with your
arrogant
clothes.
son of a bitch, okay? That's slightly entitled. No, you're being condescended when I'm condescending you. I mean, I'm trying to make you sound a bit like snobby here.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just joking. I'm trying to get a laugh.
I interrupt their conversation and say, excuse my friend, he's so battle hardened that he has lost his taste to the good dress.
I suppose the only thing we have of a more combat natured variety would be gear suited to keep you warm when traveling in colder climates.
I would
Such
like to
as
see that.
boots, gloves, capes, ear warmers, underwear underneath armor, the basic cold resistant winter gear. But other than combat functional things, we do not. I also would imagine that what we have for winter wear would be possibly uncomfortable within the town.
I'll be more blunt and specific. For example, for me, I don't like those dandelion things on the wrist, or those puffy little neck pieces, or the puffy shoulders things. I'd like something a bit more clean cut, but made as well as you can obviously see in the shop with a master tailored craft. Which can be seen that is made by a master tailor craft, yet at the same time, can be wear both outside at a festival and underneath the armor when it's required.
Formal suit with for someone with money, but not dripping of wealth, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could do that. We have some of those. It would require you to get out of the armor so we could assess roughly your physical size, but you can give you that.
of course. I'll allow you to. I will let you deal with my friends first because taking my armor off is going to take a bit.
Oh, very well. He turns back to Azam. Did you decide on what you wanted, sir?
Some formal wear that you have around here that would suit me. If you have something already ready, I can see and choose from that.
The level of your friend, or do you want something above, below?
Same level, just with an added request. If you can make it modified to have a compartment for my dagger to be hidden.
You mean adding in? Sorry, I just tried to read.
Pete had to go check his kit.
Okay. Yep. No, I read. He asks you where you wanted the pouch. I would like this secret compartment.
Somewhere where it can be reached easily if needed, but won't intervene during normal day-to-day operation. Let's say working or during the festivities.
Noticeable?
No, not noticeable. Hidden.
Sheathed or just simply attached?
Um, the dagger will be sheathed. Yes.
Quick. What is it called when you quick extraction or methodical extraction?
Quick draw.
Um, that's a tough question.
You want a quick draw, man.
Quick draw. Okay, I'll go with Lucian on this one.
strike upon unsheathing, or unsheath and then prepare to strike?
I don't understand what that actually means.
The moment you unsheath it, do you want to follow that into like a slash, or do you want to take it out and then aim and then slash or stab? Is it going to be fluid movement when you take out the dagger, or is it going to be take out, aim, attack?
Fluid movement.
Very well. Um, roughly how size? What size of this dagger do you intend for, sir? Do you have an
I
approx?
shot in the dagger.
Yeah, but approximately, is it like a large one? Is it like a thin stiletto-ish type? Is it like a dagger? Does it have like a guard hilt?
I shot him the default dagger that I have equipped, which is a normal dagger. It has
How,
nothing
how,
special.
how do you visualize the dagger? Does it have like a hilt? Not like a guard on the hilt.
Yes, it has a guard on the hilt.
Is it like a thin stiletto, or is it like a more like a like a slice?
You want-
Is it a stabbing weapon or is it a slicing weapon?
A stabbing weapon, something that you wear in the dark and when you rob people, slicing. To,
So it doesn't have to have an edge to it. Okay. Um, with hilt, no guard on the hilt.
yes,
Uh, what length would it be on the blade?
uh, short blade, 5, 10 centimeters, something like that.
Okay. He goes. We cannot do this for today, I'm afraid. Uh, we could attach that, but it requires a cover up for the inseam work we have to do. So it will not be. We will have to work. Well, my brother at least will have to work for most of the day tomorrow on this to tailor a sheath and a dagger into the lining of a suit. It would also require you to leave the dagger and the sheath with us.
How long will it take? 1 day? 2 days?
It will spend most of today drawing up the design, I suppose, and looking at the suit that fits your body type. And then we will spend well, at least my brother will spend most of the day tailor making it into a fitting hidden weapon, I suppose. And then, yeah, it should be ready early morning in 2 days, I suppose.
Okay.
When is the next festival?
It was just was, so I'm guessing.
Yes, it would be
Next week, right?
when it's announced. It will be in a week or so, I suppose.
Then we have time.
Yes.
Can he come tomorrow and pick up his dagger after you have drawn?
I have another. I have 2 daggers.
It
Okay.
will be very difficult to do that when we're sewing the dagger into the suit for. Well, listen, sir. This is your friend is literally asking me to break the law by concealing hidden weaponry for nefarious purposes, which is of course something that we can and is willing to do as long as this does not. Uh, well, our name is not dropped. But it will take some time, and assuming we are to trust him for, keeping our anonymity, I suppose he should be able to trust us with his dagger for a day.
I give him the dagger. I have another one also.
What's it
I
down to?
raise my hand from behind the table and say, Assam, he has a point.
Having the option to hit the weapon does not mean you'll also use it.
Uh, would you, the other brother, the significantly taller one, like with red hair, turn, would it be convenient for you to draw it from the sleeve of your? Are you right or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Would it be inconvenient for you to do it with your right hand through your left sleeve?
So yeah, it will be okay.
Thinking that if we widen the sleeves a bit to make it seem, we can attach the knife into there, so you can just slide your hand in, and we can attach like leather strap.
Excuse me 1 second, Johan. Just a second. Yes, sorry. The results just came and they're negative.
Woohoo!
Stay positive,
Yes.
man. Oh wait, that's a good thing. Yay!
Yes.
The excitement in your voice.
Yeah. It took almost 24 hours
Yeah,
to
but
get it right.
you're safe for now.
Yes. Okay, now back to the questions.
I suppose he says that he can attach the knife into the left sleeve by widening it a bit, and then attaching like a leather strip with a button, so it keeps the dagger in place, and you can just like put your finger on the button, hook out the leather strap, and then grab the dagger and just slide it out.
Okay, and just so I know for sure, I can add or remove the dagger as I want, correct?
Yes, and you just probably slide it back into the sheath attached into the sleeve, and then put the strap and the button back on. From what he explains.
Okay. So it's not a one-time use and that's it. It's
No, it's a regular thing. Yeah.
okay. How much will this cost me?
You wanted wealthy but not obstantiously so, right?
Yes.
Oh. So like store owner level, taking on finery, like not like these people, but like the bar owner in the Blue Water Inn when he no actually he's from a noble house, so he wouldn't actually count. No, I get what you mean. It would cost you with or without the modification.
With
With the modification, it would be probably another 5 to 10 gold, depending on how challenging it is. So I would say probably cost you somewhere between 30 and 35 gold.
okay. Do you want
Uh,
an
He
advance?
he shows you one of the dresses.
Dresses?
There's several types of dress suits. Yeah, in Norway we call a tuxedo a dress, by the way. So
Oh,
it's more of like a formal wear in that it looks clean, it looks fancy, it has a nice cut. It doesn't look super fancy. It's not embroidered, but it looks. It doesn't make you look like a peasant. Doesn't make you look poor. It makes you look like someone um, that can afford to spend 30 gold on clothing.
okay.
25 gold on clothing to be precise. Yeah.
35. Okay.
Yeah, but it's 25, but the custom job you want for nefarious deeds is like 5 to 10 gold extra. So it depends. Roll a 1d6. If it's odd, it's 30, and if it's even, it's 35. So 30. You'll have to pay 30 gold for this.
Okay.
They'll also require you to pay half of it up front.
So 15.
Yeah. You can choose to pay everything. Write it down now. if you will forget later.
I'll pay everything because I'm gonna forget. So 30,
But we can say lore-wise that you do pay the rest the next time, but you
great.
have paid for it.
Yes, so 70 is 44. Okay.
After some checking in the dressing room, you do find a suit that is your size and level of body build, so they'll use that as like a work. And you can feel like putting your hand in the right hand into the left sleeve. You do notice that you can get the right hand in there without much of an issue. So if the functionality is good, it will be easy to draw an attack.
Okay.
It will be a free action to get the dagger out, and then you don't have to waste time getting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in terms of if it takes me one action and another one after.
It will be on the fly. It will, assuming they are as good as they say they are. This is something they can do for you.
Okay. I say to the rest guys, I finished. Who's next?
Manis is getting ready, I guess.
In the meantime, do you want to help with your armor?
Also, I want Surreal to do that insight check I've been asking him for.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Sorry.
Do you want help on it? Can somebody help him?
Would be
I'm
starting
waiting for the roll to come out.
Facial structure seems remarkably similar, yeah. Parts of them seems different. Seems that there's a possibility here that different parents might have been involved, but there is similarities, yeah.
I'm gonna come here with Hassan, helping me take out my armor while I'm guessing that
And the
Manis
question
is already ready to measure.
for Ivan, while I was checking up close and he was helping me. I don't remember his name in a second. Alec. I asked him if he knows the nobility around here, if they come to his shop often.
What now?
If he knows some of the nobility around here.
I am visited by people of various types of prestige, position, and wealth. Store policies that what happens in the store tends to stay within the store for any type of privacy reasons, naturally.
Just if you ever met, have you ever met somebody from Endor?
I'm not sure if I've ever been acquainted with that noble host now.
No, it's not a house, it's a continent far away from here. And I'm looking for somebody from there, which apparently is in your town.
Does not strike a bell, I'm afraid, sir, even if... I mean... There tends to be a lot of travelers here, but we do not tend to ask their point of origin as much as we tend to ask their requirements of clothing.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, though. Can I go back looking around the shop? Oh no, I'm helping.
You're helping Lucian. I guess Manus is next. So Manus, if you have to get.
I'm done getting my armor off.
All right. So what did you in specific? You needed the same level as a thumb, right?
Pretty much, yeah. As I said, no puffy shoulders or puffy lapels or dandelion wrist cuffs.
Yes, it's not what Azam has. Azam has the pretty much baseline tuxedo I suppose, like a medieval style casino. There's not much puffiness, because you get the sense that puffiness and like it's what counts as noble style, which is what becomes expensive. So what you're describing is just literally stuff you would baseline get from buying like noble outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely like a hidden pocket for gold, but I'm guessing that's also not extremely out of common as a requirement. Unlike, a hidden pocket for a knife.
The big red-headed guy turns to you and says, "When you say pocket for gold, exactly how large a quantity of and what type of denomination of the coinage do you intend? Do you think platinum, gold, or lesser varieties?"
Gold and in the hundreds, if not thousands.
You would want to conceal thousands of gold pieces within.
Well, no, hundreds. Let's not be extreme. Like 100 to be able to conceal about a maximum of 100 gold in it.
Don't you have pockets for that?
Yeah, but the idea is to have some put separately in case we ever get, swindled or robbed, to have something put aside.
Yes,
For-
that's why I have the knife.
Yeah, well, I'm not that good with a knife, so
But
if I'm ever separated from my trusty warhammer, it's not going to be very pretty.
well, put a sword.
And you're planning on hiding a sword in your shirt?
Trousers.
Haven't you seen Wonder Woman? You keep her sword in the dress. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, but I don't think he can look quite as good as
Exactly.
she did. I mean, no offense to Manis, but he's no Gal Gadot. I mean, when we saw that movie, Justina went, "Damn," and I was just like, "Yeah." I mean, god damn.
Melis was looking in the mirror. Maybe he considers himself the Roman.
No.
I'll say this though, Manis. If I'm not wrong about weights here, roughly 50 coins is 1 pound. So what you're talking about, hundreds of, like 100 coins would be the equivalent of
Of-
1 kilogram.
Oh no. Okay, that's extreme.
So
Then
like you could probably get 100 gold into many different small suit pockets, but it would be very noticeable from the rattling of coins and metal against metal, I think.
no, you are perfectly correct. Then let's say about 50 gold coins maximum.
I suppose what you could have done is like holster gold pieces into like small bundles and then spread the bundles out in mini pockets, but I'm not sure if they would be retrievable that easy.
It's not about being retrievable easy. It's about having a bit put on the side in case someone robs us.
You
Okay.
sound like a drug smuggler putting it everything and small stuff and
And the person with the hidden blade.
yeah. To be honest, he's more suspicious than a person with a hidden blade when he goes around and one do the coins around him.
I mean, if you give me 2 minutes, Menace,
Yeah.
I can try to calculate exactly how many coins you can shove up a rogue's anus. It will give term piggy bank a whole new meaning.
That's what I was thinking.
Squeeze for me, piggy!
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Oh my fucking
Everything
god.
is dumb shits is gold. It's-
You guys are
no,
hilarious.
like you're having this conversation, and he tells you that he could probably fit in small bundles of 5 coins in certain areas that are not as tight fitting within one of the layers of the suit to stay there, but to extract them would require you to cut them free.
Oh no, that doesn't sound like a great idea to cut them free.
And it also would be probably be slightly uncomfortable to wear if it was.
Then let's drop the idea with the hidden pocket. Normal formal wear would be great. Linen and silk would also be great. Preferably dark colors, so black, navy blue, burgundy red, something in that area of darker nuance, so the blood doesn't show off so easily.
So, compartment at all, just baseline.
Oh yeah.
Colors. Okay, yeah, you have a choice between black and a darker, rich shade of blue.
Black is fine. About the threads, I'll leave it up to you, but I don't mind going anyway with the decision of the thread.
Okay, and for clarification for the both of you, though, since you, Assam, bought and Manis, it comes with boots. It does not come with a hat.
I don't want a hat, but I would like gloves.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like it comes with boots and gloves. I mean like the hat is not what is included, but the gloves, the formal white gloves, and the shiny boots is included in the price.
By the way, what color is the one that I got?
The suit, you mean?
Yes.
I said tuxedo, so I assumed you meant like black.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm not sure what type of color you wanted on the shirt. I guess that is something that can be changed.
On the color on the shirt, shouldn't it be white? I mean,
Like whenever I'm dressing in like a tux, I don't have a white shirt.
I'm looking across the room to Assam and say, if you're going with white, you're going to be the most boring person I ever know.
I never wore a tuxedo in real life. I mean, I have no idea what.
My shirt is like a very rich shade of blue with like a very beautiful red tie.
And
Like,
to be
in
honest,
real life, like I mean, so like
I only wore a suit once when I got married, so I have no idea of this stuff. So if it's blue, let's go with some blue.
okay, let's go with a rich shade of like navy blue, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, navy blue, white gloves, traditional, like solid, clean boots of leather. Not comfortable for walking through woods, of course, but attending a festival, yeah, definitely. Going through the streets, yeah, definitely. Chasing criminals through the streets, probably not. Being chased by guards, definitely not. But,
We promise we'll try to keep away from being chased by guards. I'm not
yeah.
sure about chasing criminals though.
But yeah, that's the level. So that takes care of the two of you. Eventually, Lucian, you're like assisted out of your gear.
I get in position for the measurements and ask them whether they have something for the man of faith.
You mean in terms of religious iconography, sir, or do you mean like religious robes, or do you mean?
Yes, something that priests of the Morning Lord would wear.
We only have the one, sir, and he's the more of the down-to-earth variety. I'm afraid, even if he is noble born. So, a simple set of robes then? Or did you mean something more noticeable, I suppose?
Well, Something that you would suggest the priest of this town would like to see another priest wear, and obviously something that would denote the person as a worshipper of the morning glow. Maybe something symbolic on the robe.
Um, what type of a cloth material would you want this to be made out of, sir?
Well, the most simple one. Like, I don't want to show off being rich. I want to be clear that I'm a person of faith and people can flock to me if they need guidance.
He looks a bit like um, for a better part of the word, his inner snob is not delighted with what you're saying. Uh, so you want me to create a very basic robe with no features, no anything other than being a robe, and then that would be it.
I would like features of a priest on it.
Yes, that is where the robe part comes in.
Could we put some sigils of the morning glow on it?
These iconographies is usually something you find in religious pendants or stuff from your faith, surely?
Yes.
We are not in the habit of. Do you want us to sew in ostentatious patterns of religious iconography into this robe?
I whisper, I tell to Lucian, men of God should be humble, shouldn't show off.
We can gladly sew in some more intricate, ornate patterns of religious symbolism and such. Certainly, that is more of our type of request other than like a simple burlap sack or robe, but something beautiful, pure art come to life on robe. Yes, certainly we can do that for you. Um, what type of icon or what type of symbolicism would you want?
A rising sun.
As you're thinking and you're about to say, you feel this stretching on your arm.
What do you mean stretching of my arm?
Stretching of your arm.
Scratch.
Okay, I scratch my arm. Does it itch? Can I?
Feels like it burns. It's like you just literally shoved your hand into flames.
I look at it,
And
and what does it? What is burning my hand?
are you looking at the hand or what you scratched?
I am looking at the hand and the itchy point specifically.
Hand is fine. Seems to be something on your other hand that you touch that seems to be, flamey.
Yeah. I look at that arm.
Flamey?
Do we see this? Any
No.
of us?
Do you feel a scratching on your arm?
No.
I think the keyword here is flamey.
Okay, so I don't see anything on my arms that's changed.
You see the others.
Okay. Well, I guess it will be a
Come
simple
with me in
open.
the private chat.
Hmm?
Come with me in the private chat.
Do you think he's gonna lose his fate again?
I sure
At
hope
least
not.
I mean, last time he lost his sight.
Yeah, I know. Putem vorbi în română, că plângem noi pe aici.
Dar domnule, să știu eu, ce că să stau și mă la... Eu mă joc cu niște magneți. Știi, sunt de-aia micuți de tot, în Odinium.
Ah, da, știu de care zici. Nu cred că o să pățească cine știe ce din punctul ăsta de vedere, dar s-ar putea să fi depășit un pic partea aia de being humble.
Păi aia zic, bă... Iar eu mă gândesc cu asta, cu arma care am luat eu, că pot să fac prestidigitation, să ascund petre de sânge.
Da, dar tot ar fi o idee bună să ții tot așa ceva închis la culoare, că poate n-apuci, știi?
Da, asta ar fi ceva, dar
Și
ideea
cred că ar
că-
trebui să cerem double stitch și o curea.
Păi nu e inclusă?
N-a zis nimic de curele, zicea că de bocani și de mănuși și de double stitching aia cred că trebuie cerut.
Ce e aia? Pentru ce e?
E când...
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
so
not confused anymore.
double stitching...
So what?
I just my hand itched and I saw flames on it, and I got burned.
Are you better now?
Yes.
And stop doing
So-
shit.
I would like my rope to be embodied with flames.
Certainly, sir. Would you want them in? Here we come to the more difficult questions in terms of art style. Would you want this to be done in different shades of red, yellow, orange, or do you just want the one standard shade?
Can you repeat the last one, or do you want what?
Want the flames to be in different shades of yellow, red, and orange, or do you want them all in just the one singular shade? Basically, the more colors he adds to it, the more flame-like it will look. If one, it will look very basic. It's the difference between making something in Photoshop and MS Paint.
Yeah, I got it. I would like more shades to look more realistic.
Do you want multiple shades within each color? Different reds, different oranges, different yellows?
Yes, make it look as real as possible.
Would you want outlines in, for instance, gold or silver or something to draw extra attention to it?
I would think that the Morning Long would like white with gold linings. On
So
the
silver,
fires.
I suppose? Or do you just simply white?
I would say the rope would be white and the flames would be as real as possible, and maybe with some yellowish outlines.
Pure
Something.
white, pure white then? With like flames as coloration?
Yes.
Would you want something that warms a bit more like wool, or that is a bit more, let's say, breathy like linen? Or do you want to go the ostentatious route and ooze well through silk?
I think wool would suffice.
Very well. We have woolen white robes already, so I think, well, simply put, it's simply the pattern here that has to be woven into the cloth, which I could personally do, the shorter black-haired brother says. Um, it would probably take me a day too, though, since I would have to draw up the patterning, try to measure them, and then pick out the various shades.
Fair enough.
For the robe itself, it would probably come a bit cheaper than the dress outfits that your companion chosen. It would be, though the flames to get them realistic will probably be a bit extra in different colors. It would run you probably in the excess of 35 to 40 gold, I suppose. All things considered. Do you have any special requests for the robe itself? Secret compartments?
um, no, thank you. I don't require any hidden blades or gold to do my duties as a priest.
Roll a 1d6 to see whether or not it will be 35 or 40 gold. Odds is 35, evens is 40. 40 gold it is.
Okay.
He will also ask for half up front and half later, but you can pay the 40 now if you think you'll forget.
Yeah, I'll forget. So I just removed 40, and while I'm paying, I ask him a question, curious question. I noticed that the three of you have different hairs. Might you be? It's strange that you are actually siblings. It's a very curious thing to notice.
Yes, is there a question there?
No, I just point out the curiosity of them having. I ask actually why their hairs are different colors when they're siblings.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. We were born this way.
Well, nature is curious.
Alec, the shorter, dark-haired one, my hair is as dark as my father's, and Alana and Andre as shades of coloration akin to our mother. Why we are different, I don't know.
Is he lying to me?
Insight check, I suppose. Also an intelligence check. You're smart enough to realize that children does look indeed like their parents. It does not seem to be lying to you, know.
It's perfectly sincere.
Totally no breaks, no shifts in voice or anything. It just tells you what he tells you.
I hand him the pouch of gold and thank him a lot for his services. And then go back to putting my armor on.
Okay.
I'm asking if the suits also have a belt.
Yes, they all come with like a simple
Okay.
Oh well,
Do
simple leather belt to the standard of the suit. Yeah. I mean, you
we
paid like 30. The suit itself costs 25 gold, so there is a standard there of craftsmanship. Like
Okay.
a good craftsman in a normal D&D economy should earn 1 gold piece a day. This is a
Five
tough
weeks.
economy though, so don't use that logic. But even so, 25 gold is yeah. It,
It's
it
good, yeah.
it gives you the boots, handmade boots, gives you handmade gloves, gives you the handmade belt and the suit and the shirt.
we presume that Rardor and Benjen also get clothes, but we
They
can.
never came in.
Okay. Oh, they can be our bodyguards. I motion to the others.
I mean, from what you know, they're not actually. Well, you can see them in the glasses, but you haven't heard them say anything since there's no door open.
I
So,
guess we'll be back
all the
in 2
clothes-
days to pick up the clothes.
They kind of said that in not tomorrow, but the day after, they should be ready in the
all
morning.
of them.
Okay.
Well, Lucian's robe was already made, so it was just simply sewing the pattern on. Assam, your suit was made, but they had to put on the sleeve and the hidden compartment thing. And Manis, honestly, I think you would have gotten your suit right today.
How much do I
Because-
have to pay for it?
For you, you didn't want anything specific at all, right?
Just have it black, double stitched, all that thing.
Yeah, so nothing else. It's just literally the suit and nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, the suit, the belt, the gloves, and the boots and the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That would cost you 25 gold, which is the
Black
pay.
gloves.
Yes, but like he decides the colors. I mean, I'm not gonna find a fucking handout for that outfit.
Oh yeah, I'm not asking for a handout for that outfit.
But if Manis wants black gloves, perfectly fine. The thing is that 25 gold would be the standard for that type of formal wear. But the modifications from Lucian and Assam made for Assam made it 30 to 35, and Lucian's modification to the robe that is baseline 20 became 40.
And weight would be 3 pounds, just as the common clothes.
What did you say?
Would the weight of the formal clothes be the same as the weight of the common clothes?
Yeah, would.
Perfect.
I honestly think some of you. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I would actually assume that Assam already has formal clothes in his.
Don't say that, please.
You have fine clothes. You don't have formal clothes. Fine clothes is listed as 6 pounds.
So what we just bought are fine or formal?
No, it's formal. This is better than fine.
Is there not a handout, but the thing that has attributes from the compendium that we add to the inventory?
No, there's. You would just literally have to create
Okay.
a line yourself.
I did.
Say formal outfit, 25 gold. The thing here is, like a farmer, when he goes to church on Sundays, he would be wearing fine clothes. He probably wouldn't wear that when he gets married. He would wear formal clothes when he gets married. You just bought formal clothing.
Yes, I understand. So what I had was like everyday clothes, but a bit more to the lavish side, and what I bought was actually party clothes.
What did you say?
What I had was like normal clothes for to wear during the day, for going to church, as you said.
Just like literally. Was that a question or something? I didn't.
No.
Okay. You get the sense that they all kind of like head off to start doing their basic stuff.
1 second. Can I'm asking the Alec? Can the clothes be delivered to the inn once they are done? We're staying there.
Certainly, sir. Which particular sleeping arrangements do you have?
Did we pay for the whole week? I don't remember. Zuriel, do you remember?
No, we paid. I don't.
I think I know you actually paid for today.
No, we
Okay.
paid for today, but I don't think we paid for the week. We paid only for
Oh,
the
you
night
paid for
that's
today.
coming,
You got paid for today, so you could have the morning meal.
and we can sleep
That's-
tonight, but we cannot sleep tomorrow unless we pay again.
Actually, Radar can get the bread and soup because he bought a steak. I think.
He what?
He bought like a steak for meal for breakfast.
Ah, okay.
So he didn't use the daily bread and soup. Actually, Benjamin didn't either when I think about it. You still haven't actually answered him though.
Yes. So, Lucian, shall we ask for delivery to the inn, or shall we come here? How long do you expect us to stay at the inn?
It is important to point out, sir, that we are not a delivery service. We are craftsmen, and as such, we expect our customers to either send for messengers picking up parcels or coming in person.
In that case, we'll
Let's
come.
come. Yes.
Yeah, very well. If you come here, we should be ready by the morning on the day after tomorrow. We might be finished at some point tomorrow as well, but it would be so difficult for us to anticipate that I will simply say it is best for you to come back at the time 2 days from now on.
Okay.
Whether it's early or late, it should be fine. As long as you can see the curtains being drawn open, we would be open for business.
Thank you. And have a great day.
A great day to you too, sir.
Have a great day as well. And I make my.
Indeed, have a great day.
As you guys open the door, and to head out, you hear Benjamin. So you're telling me that you can cast a spell to make it look like I'm wearing a noble outfit while these people are paying gold for this? And Arthur goes like, yeah, pretty much.
But can you do it for everybody?
The Arthur just goes like, well, assuming I can cast it enough, yes.
Well, still better to have a real piece of cloth on yourself. The disguise self spell can be dispelled if inspected closely, right?
I mean, as long as you don't touch anyone.
Oh, we're supposed to handshakes at some point, even in these Corona times.
Yeah, well, you can just change the clothing then, and not your arm.
Yeah, but you do have a point. I guess Benjamin just saved 40 gold.
Other as well. Or they're setting themselves up to being thrown in jail. Time will tell.
Yeah, well, who knows? Okay, shall we head out?
How long
Just-
were we there? I mean, what time of day is it, basically?
With the measurements, the conversations, the questions, yeah, it probably would have been the better part of an hour, to be honest. At least. No, it would have been an hour. Because, like, just the getting out in and out of gear for Manus and Lucian is probably like a 10-minute long.
I think it's safe to say like at least 1 hour.
No, I don't think it takes that long, but I think, like, donning is like 10 and doffing is 5. So at least 15-20 minutes simply there.
10 minutes each measurement and 10 minutes like browsing in the beginning.
measurements, asking questions. Yeah, I would say at least an hour. So I would say that probably 4 to 5 o'clock at this point. If I'm to give an honest assumption, it's a bit hard to say specifically though.
Should we
Say 4:30.
continue our journey towards the stockyards or end it here?
Oh, we can journey toward the stockyards and end it there, I guess.
Okay.
So you're heading to the town square then?
Yes.
Yes, and that is where we'll stop for today.
Yes. If there is something interesting happening there, definitely. stop.
Yes, that is precisely what's going to be happening there.
We're
Okay.
gonna see a live execution.
No, the executions are at the Gauss.
No. We're not gonna see a live execution.
Only time will tell. Maybe we will.
But yeah, I'm just gonna add some tokens to a map, so I don't have to do that next time.
And when is the next time, actually?
But
Very good question, sir.
I'm guessing that depends on you and Manis.
I can do Wednesday this week. I can do Tuesday next week.
I'll be
So-
brutally honest and say that tomorrow for me is going to be a fucking nightmare. I start work at 8 and I'll be done at like 11 o'clock in the evening.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yes, but we have tomorrow is the day where we have a parent-teacher conference, like a parent-teacher meeting for like 1.5 hours, and we also have like a school drama slash concert as well. So literally, I'll be at work from 7:45 to close to 11 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah. Schools are opening in Bulgaria as well tomorrow.
So no offense, but having almost like a 15-16 hour day of work on with Tuesday, I don't think I want to do D&D on Wednesday. I think I want an early night on Wednesday. I know myself enough to know that I'll be a fucking zombie.
Zuriel, when are you back?
On the 22nd, which is non-working day in Bulgaria.
So we can have next week on 23 or something.
On 22nd. Question is, can you guys do it?
I think Benjen had some issues doing midweek since his being like an applicant trial for like a raiding guild for the next expansion or something.
Yeah, he said something that he has raids. So let's do it next on the 27th.
Let's ask him
Next
when
update.
he can do, yeah, and
I'll,
you on when you can do and things like that.
but when were you leaving? It was on the what? Which date?
17th, I'm leaving on 17th, so first day and being back on next Tuesday.
I think it's safe to say that it will not be this week. And you'll be back on the 22nd.
Yeah, I can do any day after that.
Let's try then 25th Friday, 27th Sunday, 28th Monday.
You cannot do 27.
Okay, so then 25th and 28th.
Why can't we do 27?
Why can't you do 27?
I didn't. What? I said let's try 25th, 27th, and 28th to
No, you said
propose them.
26.
No, I said let's try these 3 dates, propose them to Benjen, and let him pick one of them if all of us are okay with all those 3 dates.
Is that on Discord? Try to type it down.
It's better to type it down, yes.
But I'm fairly sure all of those days should. Like I should. Ironically, that's the week I normally would have been attending like a family gathering, read the Drunken Family Showdown. But due to COVID-19, we're not having that this year. So COVID-19 gave you the opportunity for D&D.
It's actually a good thing for us. It's easier
Last year, I
to.
had to take care of one of my cousins that was literally thinking like I was a goat, and he had his hand tugging at my beard the entire fucking evening. And I was just sitting there thinking, don't punch him, don't punch him, don't punch him. And he was going like tug, 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 tug.
Yuan, until Benjamin replies, two questions that I didn't manage to ask you before the
Sure.
session start. One is, who is the Martikov family?
The inn owner family
Okay.
from the Blue Water Inn in Valaki. You would also know on the wine bottles and stuff, and from how people have talked about them, they are the ones that own the winery in Barovia. So all the wine comes from this particular family. A part of that family runs the Blue Water Inn.
Cool.
In
And
fact, I think you have a handout of the menu for the Blue Water Inn that says something about the wine.
proudly run and owned by the Martikov family, indeed.
Yes, so I think the wines themselves are. I thought it was clear for you, but yeah, they are the
Uh,
they are the ones that also run the Wizard of the Wines winery.
I see. And who is not actually Rahadin as well. Who is Rahadin again? Because I don't remember this
The one
handout.
that the one that delivered the letter when we were at the Bargain Master.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Sam would be the one mainly seeing that part, but you all saw him coming down the stairs as you entered the castle Ravenloft, and he told you the direction to go.
Okay, and then who was the blonde vampire friend? Escher. That was it. Okay, never mind.
Yes, he's
And
the one who broke my hand.
yeah, that's the one. And who exactly is? Because there was another one. Please remind me, who is Liviu Groza? Livius Groza. It's the guy that we talked to and told us about the orphanage, and he was at
Yes.
the guard stable.
On the street, and that was also in the Blue Water Inn in the morning. I think Assam promised him a steak or something.
Yeah, that's the dude. Okay.
Yes. Next morning.
He was not the rude bastard that told you guys to fuck off, but he was the older guy that was there. But that's literally his handout. I figured you wanted to see what it looked like.
Indeed. And I have another handout over here that I'm not exactly certain everyone else has it, so I'm not going to ask about it.
As I said, someone might have handouts that are not shared between everyone.
I think
Just
Yuan knows
saying.
exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Not everyone might have a handout that starts with M, but yes. Some will have many handouts starting with M, like Mad Mary, Madame Ava, the Martikov family, Mirabelle.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody may have something starting with P.
Someone might have something starting with yes. Yes. Someone might not actually have a handout because they have them already from somewhere.